Hi everyone, my name is Monique Apodaca, and this is my Module 1 Personal Introduction for EDL 856. So to begin with, some personal demographics about me. I live in Pueblo West, Colorado. It is a small town on the outskirts of a larger city in southern Colorado. I went to Colorado State University, Pueblo, for my bachelor's degree in elementary education. And obviously, that was like 20 minutes from my house because it's in my hometown. I'm now pursuing my master's degree in education administration. So I hope to be an assistant principal, a dean, anything of that sort. Hopefully soon, not too soon because I do love teaching. But I should be done with my master's degree come May 2021. Two more semesters. I teach at Swallows Charter Academy. It is a K through 12 school, and it is located in Pueblo West, Colorado. That is about 3 minutes from where I live. And this is actually going to be my third year teaching, but it will only be my first year teaching fourth grade. I've taught third grade for 2 years, but with COVID, I decided to loop with my students to hopefully notice where they're lacking and what they've missed from the 3 months that we were not able to be in school. But for a change of things, I am going to be teaching online this year. I didn't necessarily volunteer, I was voluntold. But I'm excited to see what I can learn and what I can do for these students that won't be coming back in person. And this right here, this picture down here is a picture of our old school. And this here is a picture of our newly finished state-of-the-art school. Again, it's K through 12, but this building will be housing K through 8. We were able to build this building because of the BEST grant that we received last year. It's $20 million. It's an educational grant to help schools rebuild their structures to fit the needs of students now. And inside we have digital TVs, this beautiful stairwell. There's a fireplace right here. This is our library. These are learning stairs in which a projector will pull down off the wall. Students can learn there. We're going to have outdoor classrooms. And this is a picture of a fourth grade classroom one of my teammates is going to have this year. So moving on to forms of communication. Obviously, staff communicate with staff communicate with students, staff communicate with parents, and everybody communicates to the community. So staff to staff, we normally just communicate through emails, but every now and then if it's quick or if it's during CMAS testing and it needs to be fast, we usually use Google Hangouts. We usually have monthly staff meetings, but those will probably be held over Zoom because there's so many of us that we can't meet all at once anymore. And obviously, we also have school-safe radios in case of an emergency, so we have those as well. Staff to students, we usually communicate by email, but as an online teacher, I think I will be using Zoom, Google Hangouts, a lot of those recording platforms this year. Staff to parents, I'm a big fan of the Remind app, but we are allowed to use ClassDojo as well. I've taught upper grade levels, so I don't really think ClassDojo and the point system is best for older kids, but that's just my opinion. Schoology is our new program for our online teachers, and that has a communication platform within it. So I think I will be utilizing that more than the Remind app this year. And of course, in the past, to communicate with parents, we've used Gmail, Zoom, and phone calls from a not personal number. And finally, staff to the community. We do have a K through 12 Facebook page in which parents, administration, teachers, students, anybody can join the page, have to be confirmed. But if there's any questions, you can ask them on there and people will be happy to answer. And finally, our school website is updated at least weekly, so there's always beneficial information on there to communicate with the learning community. Provided versus purchased tools. I've actually been very lucky. I haven't had to purchase any tools, communication platforms, or anything like that. And obviously, our radios, Schoology, those are all being provided by the district. They're not coming out of our own pocket. One thing that I wish I could use, but it is going to be a big no, probably, I don't see it happening, is any kind of recording, live recording session. Some kids aren't going to be able to attend the online sessions during the day, but they're going to have to make an effort because we are not going to be able to record in case a student is reprimanded, a student asks a question. There's just a lot of legal issues with student data and FERPA, all the privacy acts. So going on to the article of the importance of introductions as a building leader, or I should say articles, what I learned is that you should be approachable as a school leader and memorable when you make that first introduction with people. And second, tell your purpose. Tell why you want to do and why you are doing what you're doing. So what made you become a principal? What made you become a teacher? So for example here, this would be my normal thing I would probably say on the first day of school. Hi, 4th grade, my name is Miss Apodaca and I am going to be your teacher this year. After reading those articles, some of them get a little lengthy, especially for introducing yourself to students. So I just think leading off with, hi 4th grade, we're going to have such an exciting year together. Before introducing myself, introduce them to what they're going to experience. My name is Miss Apodaca. These are just some of the policies that I found in our charter school handbook. We differ a little bit from our district. We're able to have our own handbook. So mainly these fell under our civility guidelines, which are our expectations as teachers to follow and administration to follow. Obviously, telephone, computers, network, the Wi-Fi network, the equipment, all of that can be accessed by administration at any time. So we need to limit any personal business on there and really conduct ourselves with respect when we're speaking to students, staff, parents, the community, etc. And I do believe that I do all of those things. That's what yes means here. And finally, how this relates to standard 5.3. This relates to this assignment because we were asked to evaluate the means through which our current school communicates. So we needed to evaluate how, in my case, my charter school expects us to communicate with students, staff, parents, and our learning community of Pueblo West. I think this is going to be relevant to my future because it is helping me ensure that I have a good platform and good guidelines for my future staff to follow when communicating with stakeholders, and for me to follow when communicating with stakeholders. And finally, the reflection. This assignment and standard helped me reflect on my current communication practices, which I feel like I do fairly well with communicating with all of those parties. Again, I feel that I'm extremely effective and respectful on all communication platforms. And here is my works cited. I'm looking very much forward to the semester with you all, and I hope you all have a great start to your crazy school years. Bye.